What is that? Despite everything, I still managed to accidentally make a time lapse. You know it. There it is. I did it. I start out with a brush tool, just throwing in those lines. Actually, there are no lines. There's just flats. I just throw in those flats. There's a bunch of flats, putting lines on top of the flats. Why do I do this, you may ask? It's because it makes it faster sometimes. I don't really know in which situations it's more useful or not more useful, but in this situation, I guess I considered it more useful to just go with the flats. Now, it should be noted that I understand the point of doing a voiceover for these is that I talk about my process, but the problem is I'm recording this a lot later than when I originally drew this. I think I originally drew this back in July. Back in July. And it is currently October, so it's been a while. I don't quite remember my brain or workflow when going through this originally, but on the bright side, I did upload the original, just full-length time-lapse if you want to see me struggle real time. That's always an entertaining thing. It's kind of pathetic and entertaining in a sad way, you know? Like watching Always Sunny. It hurts to watch, but you just can't stop watching. Well, I guess since we're already a whole minute and 30 seconds of the video, I should at least say what it is. This is a art fight revenge for my pal Ito Shinigami of his character Patches. What is art fight, you may ask? A lot of people ask that because a lot of people don't know what it is. To answer that little query, it's basically you're assigned into two teams, or you can pick your team early on. You can switch whenever you want, I guess. And the point of it is to attack other people by drawing their characters, and whoever team has the most attacks by the end of it wins. Wins what, you may ask? Literally nothing. Bragging points, a little bit of productivity in that otherwise empty slump of a art career that you claim to have, but in actuality you've just been watching YouTube 24/7. You don't even remember the last time you finished a picture. You just are stuck watching YouTube and you feel like you've been drawing a lot. You feel like you've been trying hard, but you haven't. You haven't finished a picture in months. Why haven't you worked on your art? Why haven't you worked on your commissions? You know you got commissions in the works. Why haven't you worked on them? Well, the answer to that question is because I'm easily distractible. That's it. That's the statement. There's no other point to be made there. This is probably the most useless voiceover I've ever done on one of these. Because I don't know what to say. Because I don't know how to explain my process, because I haven't drawn this picture. I didn't draw this picture for 3 months. It's been 3 months since I drew this picture. Gosh, is my brain melting? Am I getting Alzheimer's? Am I old now? Am I losing my mind? Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna have to put me in a home soon if I keep this up. Oh my gosh. Keep a lookout on the next video and see if you need to get me a life alert by the next one. See if I still have a brain left. No, you know what? I'm gonna blame all of this horrible voiceover on the fact that I've just been streaming a bunch lately, and streaming just kind of destroys your brain because for art streamers, that means sitting and staring at a picture for hours on end while trying to talk to people at the same time and sacrificing the quality of one thing over the other. Also, it got me really good at going on long tangents about absolutely nothing, so I'm sure anyone who actually had any of the slightest bit of interest in actually knowing what my process was is just absolutely enjoying this. I'm sure they're going, oh yeah, this is great, Rose. I love hearing about your early onset Alzheimer's instead of hearing about how you painted and what you know how to do and how you learned how to do it and your process and any advice you may have for friends or newbies or people who are better than you but still are mildly interested in your opinion. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. It's not even that late. Never mind. I can't even use that as an excuse. Maybe I should just stop. No, wait, though, I can't really stop because I'm already this far in and I may as well complete the voiceover. Because otherwise it'll just be audio. You know what? If you don't like my voice time lapses, just mute it. Although, if you don't like them, I'm sure you've already muted them by now. So who am I talking to? The answer is nobody. I'm all alone. It's just my lonesome. Some days that's better. Some days that's worse. But as an introvert, I think it's usually for the better. Of course, not always though, because sometimes instead that makes you a crazy lady who talks to herself instead of talking about her art process. Either way though, I think I still win because I'm still producing that sweet, sweet YouTube content. Oh yeah, that once a year video, that twice a year video. Oh yeah, I'm sure YouTube algorithm loves that. It's going, oh yeah, your consistent upload schedule of 2 videos a year is definitely gonna make you recommended, kid. I'm sure you're going to the big places, you're going to the big shots. And then I say, oh, wise YouTube, thank you for your ever so gracious just absolute not hostility towards artists. We just know that you love us. You and Instagram, your algorithms just adore us. They don't hate us or want us to die or are going to eat our firstborns or anything. No. Algorithms, they love us. Of course, by pure nature, I'm pretty sure arts and the maths are kind of mortal enemies. I wouldn't know. You'd have to ask someone who's smart on that. And as evidenced by the entirety of this commentary, it's been vastly proven that I am lacking in that department. But in a feeble attempt to pretend that this has any value whatsoever, the commentary that is, the picture at least has value to my friend Ito, I'd hope. I'll try and summarize what I did. I started out with flats, didn't need lines, just needed a basic flat so I could get the picture inside a composition. Then I slowly zoomed in, added more and more details. The less satisfied I got with the previous step, I would go in and add more details on top of that. At this point is where you can kind of tell my little tiny rabbit brain was starting to get frustrated, or not frustrated, but minorly bored, so that I just kind of started like, oh, boots, okay, fine. Just slap some black down there. It'll work. Nobody will see them. They're too busy staring in awe at that beautiful, poorly drawn circle hoop. Now that's what people crave in art. But really, the whole process is just me slowly zooming in and trying to figure out how to make a picture a little more comfortable to look at and a little less boring. I like to go for flash. Thank you for watching. I'm so sorry about that.